interceptor. I'm the beefy pimp and these my hoes. Where I fly, everybody goes. Beating up bad guys is what I do. Saving you from the anthem of creation too. Beefy boy. He's beefy boy. Consumable blueprints. Woo, look at all that XP. Don't need you or you. Black cannon, I guess I'll use. Cloud burst, I'll need to use. Shot coil. Siege cannon is what I'm using right now. Is that the end? I don't know. I don't know. I'm experiencing it with y'all. Why would I know if that's the end? I haven't played this before. Remembering honoring those we lost along the way. Alright, this does look like credits roll. And it is credits rolling. Okay, so that is the end of the story. So, all in all, what's the story time at? What are we clocking in at? 15 hours maybe? Because I streamed for 5 hours today, and I streamed for about 12 yesterday, but I did a little bit of Apex. So let's say about 15 hours for the campaign. Not too bad. So let's do a mini review so far. I do think this is as I mentioned at the start, I do think this is a case of now is where the game begins. You didn't beat it. This is, same as Diablo, Monster Hunter World, anything like that. You get to the end and that's where the game really starts. So I think it's important to note that everything I say here is based just on this short experience I've had. Let's start with the good things. Combat in this game, holy balls, is so much fun. The shooting, the using abilities, the combos, the explosions, working together with teammates to blow shit up. The last time I had this much fun just fucking shit up in a game was Monster Hunter World's launch. The first time I was beating the shit out of monsters. I'm having an absolute blast playing this. As for the characters and diversity, I mean, I know I only played Colossus, but looking at how different the other classes play, I do think that they did a pretty good job diversifying. Like, if you play Storm, it's nothing like playing Colossus. If you play Interceptor, it's nothing like playing a Ranger. Everything has its own very unique niche, which I think is also nice. Sound effects and music are pretty good. Voice acting, I think, is also really good for the most part. A couple people here and there are a little bit fucky, like more people in town. But the main cast, I really like the voice acting. As for the mapping, some characters are done really good. Faye looks incredible. Faye looks just fucking top notch. Whereas the lady that we helped rescue from the portal, I don't know who did her face cap, but she was which is all over the place. So you could definitely tell that some people got face capture and others they just programmed the facial animations, and there's a definite visual difference there. Worth mentioning. Let's talk about some things that were not so good. So the biggest elephant in the room right now, I would say without question, the fucking load screens. God damn. Load and given I got a pretty fast rig, so it's not that bad, but I can't imagine these load screens on console. Fuck that. Load into the forge, load into the mission. Teammate goes too far, you got 20 seconds to catch up, load. If it's a story mission, up, you got 10 seconds to catch up, load, 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 load. There are loading screens out the dick hole. The last time I remember load screens this bad was Bloodborne launch. Bloodborne launch, they fixed their loading screens. We can only hope that BioWare does something here to fix up Anthem's load times. I would bet if you added up all the time I played, you could probably knock half an hour off my playtime just in fucking loads. Some other things. There's still obviously a lot of UI improvements that need to be made. As we've shown, it takes roughly 3 seconds just to add an item to the junk pile for you to disable it, whereas it takes like a second and a half to just dismantle it on its own. So the whole point of having a junk pile and mass dismantling stuff is pointless, because it takes longer to do that than it would to break down each item individually. That's unacceptable. They need to optimize their UI. The UI needs to be faster. I know we were joking about this the other night, but it should not take 3 seconds to add something to a pile of junk. You can do it in one fucking click in Monster Hunter. You can do it in one click in Neo. You can do it in one click in Diablo. Every grind-oriented game, when you're sorting through the trash and picking out the good stuff, it's just trash, 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 trash. Okay, keep this. Trash, 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 trash. It's gotta be like the snap of a fucking finger. If it's more than a second, it's too goddamn long. And they need to fix that. Especially if this is going to become more grindy. What else did I not like? Let's see. There's a lot to this game. There's a lot going on, like challenges and whatnot and objectives. And I feel it's hard to keep track of shit. I think one thing that would vastly improve that, if you think about it, we have this whole journal where we can look and we can check challenges. I need a way to like pin a challenge. Like go to it, hold X, pin the challenge on the top end of the screen so that I can keep track of how many more people I need to blow their face off with a shotgun. Especially because these challenges are related to unlocking higher tiers of weapons. I think that's super important. I think they made it so you know that's not an excuse. It doesn't matter. You can accidentally trash shit in every other grind game. Do not slow down my dismantling because you're worried I'll accidentally trash something. If I accidentally trash something, that's my fuck up, not yours. Let me go fast. But yeah, so I think there needs to be a better way to track it. And I mean, and not just challenges, but like a perfect example is when we were doing the tombs, there was no progress marker of what I had to do for the tombs. I had to keep pulling up my challenges menu and go to the tombs and look up and say, okay, all right, I need 2 more treasure chests. Or okay, I need to go get, 8 more guys need to die to combos. I shouldn't have to look that shit up. Just let me fucking pin that. Communication. There's voice chat, but that's it. Need something else. I need something besides voice chat. I need to be able to hit enter and type shit. I need a ping system. If fucking Apex Legends has all that shit and it's free to play, I don't know why the fuck this doesn't have all of it. This needs all that shit. A couple people in chat are mentioning PvP. No, this game does not need PvP. If you think it needs PvP, you're an idiot. Remember when they added PvP to Monster Hunter because it needed PvP to survive? Oh, that's right. They fucking didn't, because it's a grindy game. It does not need PvP. The only instance that PvP should come into a game like this is just playing goofing around duels like you have in Diablo or Borderlands. This game does not need structured PvP. It is not welcome, and it will ruin the game. Mark my words, they add PvP to this, I will bet you $100 right now that the rest of the game goes downhill to shit, because PvP ruins every fucking PvE game that it's added to. The game should be balanced around a PvE cooperative player experience, not people getting into dick measuring contests over who can shoot faster. It's not needed. It adds all kinds of bullshit balance issues. It's not fucking needed. Stop asking for it. Moving on from there. All in all, I do think I'll end up playing a lot more of this. We're not even at the end of the game, as I mentioned. We're at the end of the story mode. I'm definitely liking Colossus the most, without question. I want to mess around with Ranger. I've heard Ranger gets some pretty spicy shit late game, so I'm going to try a little bit of Ranger, and obviously I'm excited to play Storm. Interceptor I never really meshed with, but there's a couple things about Interceptor that I didn't fully understand initially, and basically his aura and how he can change stuff around. So I think that maybe I'd appreciate it more if I gave it a second chance, but for now at least, I'm obviously going to focus on Colossus, and then I'll work on Ranger or Storm once I'm at a better level. The biggest thing right now, I really want to get my Colossus geared up for endgame. I want to start getting epic or a masterwork or a legendary or whatever the case is before I start focusing on other characters. Obviously, we're about to start and see what the real endgame is like, so I'm curious to see. My understanding is, aside from the free roam, you can go on contracts and do missions, you can do the strongholds, so we'll definitely have a good chance to kind of check stuff out coming up here and get a feel for, you know, what we like, what we don't like. I'm not max level yet, so I still got a good bit of grinding to go, but we are getting XP pretty fast. So final thoughts on the game. I guess final thoughts before I push this through. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we should let the credits run. Maybe there's gonna be a cutscene after. But my final, I guess, closing thoughts, if you will, for beating the campaign is that, all in all, the game has an extremely solid base of gameplay that is very fun and a blast to do, but for it being such a team-oriented game, I feel there's a lot of shortcomings in how it has implemented its team features, namely in stuff like, you know, each person has to open a chest to get credit for open chests. You have, you know, no pings, no chat command. There's a lot of little things this game needs to do to improve, but they have a good base. I guess the best way to think of it is, if this game was ice cream, you know, you got your ice cream, and this is a good flavor. It's a really good flavor of ice cream, but right now it's just plain ice cream. You know, it's just chocolate or just strawberry, what have you. It doesn't have fucking whipped cream. It doesn't have chocolate drizzle or caramel drizzle or a cherry on top or some little mixed nuts. It needs all that shit to really come out as its own. And you can eat this plain ice cream and you'll enjoy it, but it's not a banana split yet. And all those little things, optimizing the load screens, enhancing your communication system, streamlining the interface, increasing the way that you can communicate with your team, all, you know, at being able to pin shit, all that stuff I mentioned, those are all the toppings. Those are all the toppings that this ice cream needs to really stand out and be something that can fully be enjoyed for hours, I feel. There are some long-ass credits.
Hey,
Freelancer.
Jarl? So what's the word on the Dominion?
Though the monitor is dead, many still fight on. Talk to you later. Hear me?
I hear you. Bastards are probably here to stay.
You came through. Fine work.
Of course we did.
Never a doubt.
Thank you.
Time for celebration. Whew. Let's all have a drink.
As long as we don't talk about work.
What, me? Okay.
I just need a moment.
Can I talk about my Strider? I have plans.
Just give me 5 minutes to relax with no Strider, no Anthem, no relics, no contracts.
There's something you need to see. I want you to meet Grandmaster Adams.
You entered free mark. You silenced the cenotaph.
Yes, with help.
Right on. Strong alone, stronger together. Hey, let me show you something. We found this just inside the eastern border. Killed 2 of our team before we were able to put it down. And I mapped the region on it.
What the fuck?
Urgoth. You've heard of them.
From stories, paintings, but they're long gone from Bastion.
Oh, this could either be a single scout or the beginning of something much, much bigger.
Corvus is worried that the death of the Monitor, while vital, has left us vulnerable in places we never even considered.
And we're reaching out to you because by all accounts, you're something special. But can you keep quiet about this? We don't want to freak people out.
Sure.
Good.
We'll be in touch.
Little DLC tease. Okay. Going beyond the legacy of General Tarsus. Create your own legacy by completing contracts, challenges, exploring strongholds, roaming in free play. Prepare to face Anthem's dangerous world. You now have access to the Temple of the Scar and Heart of Rage strongholds. Temple of the Scar sounds cool. Legionnaire. Complete the Legionnaire challenges to unlock Pilot Mastery System. Talk to the Bard in the Courtyard to continue your journey. Agent contracts can now be replayed to keep earning rewards. Legendary versions will also appear periodically. Ooh, a lot of shit coming in. Grandmaster difficulty unlocked. Go get your butthole reamed out. Alright, well, let's go talk to the Bard. Ugh. And actually, I think before we go, this is a good time for me to take a little break, because I want to... Well, one, I'm just about out of water. But two, we finished the story, and we're about to go into the post-game, so...